Find My. I think originally Find My started with Apple on Apple devices, iPhones and iPads. But today there is a similar feature on the Android devices. We're going to talk about the Apple device today. Find My lets you do a few things. Number one, find your devices. I'm on my iPhone as well as I'm on the computer, and I'm in iCloud.com on, in this case, a MacBook in Chrome. You can use any browser on any device, doesn't make a difference. But I'm also on my iPhone here, and if I come down to Apple stuff and I click on Find My, I'm going to show you how to use Find My on the computer as well as on the iPhone. And by the way, it's going to be very similar. And I'm going to explain to you why you want to be able to do both for you and for the loved ones that you're helping, your parents, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife. But let's start with Find My on the iPhone. There's 4 menu items across the bottom. There's people, devices, items, and me. Me, if I click on that, it shows me that I'm home, or where my home is. I can find my location. I can share my location, which I am doing with my wife. I'm sharing from this phone. It's interesting. I wonder if I can share. I can't click on that and share from my watch, which I would like to do, and I need to figure out how to change that. Label my location is at home. My location via satellite only works if I'm not on Wi-Fi and if I don't have cellular connection. So then I have notifications. I can allow friend requests. I don't really know if I need that, but maybe my daughters might want to connect with me. I can clear ignored items, customize Find My notifications. If I customize that, it's just going to customize the alerts on the cell phone. I can customize tracking notifications. Again, it's going to customize the notifications on the cell phone. I can help a friend. Now, I like this. Open iCloud.com so others can sign in and find their devices from this phone. Now, that is really freaking cool. If I help a friend, if I click on that, it's going to take them to Chrome or my primary browser, which could have been Safari, and they can sign in on my device. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to do that right now, but that is really pretty cool. But that's all under me. So down below, let's ignore me. Let's go to something else. Let's go to items. Items lets you look at items that you may have put or attached an AirTag to. So when you go to add an item, it's actually, all it's really doing is adding an Apple AirTag. Apple AirTags are reasonably priced. They're very useful. We put one in my mother-in-law's purse. I put one in my father-in-law's backpack. I'd like to have one in my suitcase. I'd like to have one in my own backpack to help me and help us, help each other to be able to find those items when we think that they are lost. But that's all about what items is. Devices is pretty cool because if you have Apple devices, you don't need to have an AirTag, even though an AirTag is an Apple device. But you can see I have 5 devices on here. I have my phone, my watch, my MacBook Air that's downstairs, my MacBook Pro that's right there, my AirPods, which are downstairs, and it doesn't show it, but I also have an iPad, and I'm not sure why my iPad doesn't show up here. Maybe because it's not active. The battery's dead. I need to charge that up. But those are the different devices that I can use Find My to help me find. Now, let's give you an example. Let's say I want to find my MacBook Air. So I click on MacBook Air, and I don't need to have it full screen to do that. I can have it down low. Click on MacBook. Let's do MacBook Pro because it's right here. And under MacBook Pro, so under this screen, I can see it's at 120 McGee Court right now. Battery's in good shape. I can play a sound. I'll show it to you in a minute. Now, lost MacBook Pro, I can report it lost by turning it on lost mode, and that's actually going to lock it, and it's going to turn off AirPay and lock it so it can't be logged into. That might be worth doing if you know it wasn't stolen, you just can't find it, and you're worried about it. So the first thing I would do would be lock it. I can have notifications. I can get notified when found. Now that only works if I put it in lost mode. So the Apple systems will alert me through their, again, systems that it's found and let me know where it is. Notify when left behind. I have that turned on. Now I could turn that off. Let's see, this is the MacBook Pro. I don't need that on because it never leaves here. So undo that. Yeah, it never leaves its desk, so I don't need to notify when it's left behind. And then down below, I have erase and remove. And notice erase is bold and remove is not. Erase is very useful if you know you've lost it and you really don't believe you're ever going to get it again, then erase might be the thing to do, especially if you think you have some confidential, private, important data that you don't want people getting hold of. All that is under the device, and all that is underneath of devices. All right, the last one on here is people. So I only have one person that I can find, and that is my wife. So I have shared by adding. I added a person, and I added my wife, and so she accepted me adding her to my Find My account. And by the way, she reciprocated, which is why I can see her. So she added me to her Find My account, so I know where she is, and she knows where I am. That's very useful for seniors, or very useful for people who are out and about and you're wondering, are they home? Will they be home? Where are they? I like knowing that. I know where my wife is right now. I know what she's doing. Yeah, for us, that's important. You may not want everybody to know where you are. But anyway, when I click on Rebecca, you'll see, I'll drag it up, I can see where she's located, live. She's right there right now. I can see her contact information. It gives me directions to get to where she is. I can turn on notifications. Notifications will allow me to notify me when she arrives somewhere, when she leaves where she's at, and when she is not at a particular location. And so I can do that once or every time. Point of interest. If you notify you about what Rebecca's doing, Apple's going to tell them that Teddy is snooping on you, or whatever terms you want to use. So I've actually used that once or twice, and it was fun to do. So it was useful too. I can also add her to favorites. I can label a current location. I can stop sharing my location with her, and I can remove her from my Find My so I don't see where she is anymore. So that's people, all under Find My on the cell phone. So let's turn that off right now. Let's look at how to use Find My on a computer. I'm in iCloud.com, which is where Find My is located. I'm on my MacBook Pro and Google Chrome. You can do this on any computer, any device. I just showed you I can do it on the iPhone, as long as I can get to a web browser. There's a couple other things you need to know. Number one, you need to know the email address associated with the account, and you need to know the password associated with the account. And the other big thing you're going to need to know is this. If you log into an iCloud account on a new device, whether it's your iCloud account or someone else's iCloud account, you're going to get the challenge, the two-factor authentication challenge, and you're going to need to be able to address that. Typically, it'll send a message to another Apple device. In my case, it'll send it to my MacBook Pro, my MacBook Air, my iPad, and my iPhone. I think it actually may also send it to my Apple Watch. I haven't looked at that lately. But you're going to need to know that if you try to log into someone else's account on your device, and you're trying to help them, be aware that you need to know the email address, the password, and you're going to need to be able to address any kind of a challenge that comes up when that iCloud account is logging into a new device. Now, I'll share that with you, but let me show you what happens when I log into my iCloud account on my computer. If I go to sign in, I need to know my email address. I put that in there. Now I have passkey set up, so I can just touch my passkey button, but I can just hit continue. It's going to ask for my password. I need to put that in there, and then I can hit sign in. Now, here's the two-factor authentication. So what it just did is it sent that code to my computer. It sent it to my watch. And on my watch, I can click allow. I could also click allow on my phone. It's also asking for a code. The code is on my phone, and the code is on my watch, 789330. This is the challenge I was talking about, 789330. Again, that challenge is going to be on whatever other device that they have, and you're going to need to be able to have that code. And it says, trust this browser? Yes, trust this browser. And now I'm in iCloud. Now I just went straight to iCloud, and there's a whole lot of stuff in iCloud that may actually be worthy of using. I use notes. I don't use mail. I don't use photos. I don't sync them here. I don't use iCloud Drive, and I also don't use pages, numbers, keynotes, all that stuff. What I do use is Find My. So click on Find My. Now again, whether you're logging into iCloud for you or for a loved one you're trying to help, this is what you're going to see when you log in on a computer. Now, on the computer, check this out. There's my AirPods right there. Look, this is my home. Why are they all over the place? They should be just in the, and I'm joking, it's all near vicinity. But here's my watch, my phone, my MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, AirPods, and there's my iPad, but the battery's dead. No location found, but it's offline. I need to charge the battery up. But again, similar to the computer, I can click on Boppy's phone, and you can see I can mark it lost, play a sound, or erase it. So I'll play a sound, and interesting, when you're testing this, Teddy, you can't move the phone because it realizes you're found. So play a sound. Hear it vibrating. And there's the tone. And it'll play for a certain amount of time. Gives me time to run around the house and find it. When I find it, all I do is where it says Find My iPhone, the alert on the top. All I need to do is swipe that up. And I've found my phone. Again, I can do that on my phone, my watch, my MacBook Air, or any other device that's online. I can't do it with my iPad. Anyway, that's Find My devices. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted to share with you in Find My using a web browser. Unlike the Find My app on the phone, in the web browser, the only thing you can do is find devices. You can't find people. But I'll just zoom in. I'll show you where I know where my wife is. She's right up here. It's not showing me. Find My through iCloud.com will not show you people today. And whether or not they'll update that or change that, I don't know. So if you want to find your wife or your husband or your whoever you are sharing Find My with, you can only do that through the Find My app on your phone. However, if you're trying to help a loved one find their device, have them sign in to Find My on your computer, and then when they sign in with their email address and their password, verification of their two-factor authentication through another one of their devices or email address, then you can help them find their devices. I'm Teddy. I'm all about helping seniors overcome the risks and fears of technology. The Find My feature of an iPhone is very useful, not only for me to find my stuff, but help the people that help my loved ones to find their stuff.